look at this long list that I have to go through of all this different type of content that I need to put out. I used to dread having to do this and still kind of do. But what I would say is that it's become a lot easier to do because I have Notion AI. And I have programmed it to know if there is content that is coming up this week, I would like it to draft up a few prompts of what I can kind of go off of that can get my creative juices going, and then I can actually write that piece. So let's go ahead and check out what that looks like. So here we have this content, and if we actually open it up, you can see a content that's already scheduled and it's going to be going out. It has graphic and all of the text that's going to go with it. However, if I go to something that is scheduled for next week, when I open it up, there is actually nothing here. So I am going to need to create that content. But for me, I really like when I come into here and there's 2 to 3 options and I can see what works for me, or I can free write it if I like. So what I do is go to my Notion AI here and I open it up and it pops up this amazing little shelf here, and I just ask it to create the content. So I basically say, hey Willow, I would like you to get started early on my content, and I can actually mention the content tracker, which I think would just be really helpful. I think I think it helps her be able to grab the information a lot faster. That is scheduled for next week. Make sure to use my tone of voice and also give me 2 markup options for each post. This will be for LinkedIn and IG. Okay, so a little typo here, no problem. And honestly, it doesn't matter. It can pick up what your typos are and clean them up. I do not have to fix this. So we're going to just press enter here and let's see what happens. Just like that, it starts to draft things. It starts to find stuff. It's thinking. I know that it picked from my content, the right content database, which is great. And it's starting to find the actual information. And what's cool is I can look over here and I can see that it's picking up the right content. This is on the 15th, which is next week. This is on the 17th, which is next week. So it's picking up the right information, which is awesome. So this is the message that it's giving us. Got a head start on the next week's content in your voice, dry, wit, useful, zero fluff. Add 2 options, LinkedIn drafts, to your existing page for the next week slots and create it matching IG posts with the 2 mocked options each. So it's giving me a very good recap of what exactly it did, because I told Willow, hey, if you do something for me, make sure to recap me on what you did. So from there, it's also asking, do I want them to do some quick decisions really quickly? So let's see what those are. Keep IG at the same timestamp as LinkedIn, or prefer a different cadence. So I can literally say same timestamp. Perfect. Next one is, want me to add simple visual prompts for IG carousel or keep these text first? So if I wanted to actually create some graphics for these things, I can say yes, go ahead and do that. So actually I do want that. Yes. And then the next one is ACTA preference this week. Comment, DM, or link in bio push. I think I want, what would be cool is possibly maybe a mixture of comment and DM. So mixture, comment, and DM, because I actually haven't tried DM as a CTA. So let me like spice it up a little bit. Let's see what actually happens. So once I give it my answers, I can then just click that, enter, and it's going to update those things on its own. Once it gets done with this, then we're just going to hop and see what exactly it did. Now that it is completed, I'm just going to close this shelf. And what's cool is that it's already marked as ready to review. So I know that it is ready for me to look at. So we're just going to open this up and see what it did. So, so here we have draft option for LinkedIn, option number one, post. This is what it suggested with also hashtags. It's considering CTAs, stuff like that. And then also option B for LinkedIn and what we can write off of, which is great is I can actually pick which one I want to do, like which one I want to use. So then we have Instagram options. So here is the Instagram options. It's telling you the type of visual that you can actually create. And then it's saying what the hook is going to be, what my caption is going to be, and I can build off of this, right? So if I wanted my AI agent to be more expansive, or maybe storytelling, or I wanted to have a different tone of voice, I could easily have it do that by just going into its instructions and letting it know that, right? So any edits that you would like to have, those things are absolutely possible. This is just what I have so far because I don't want to lose my actual voice in the content, but I would like a really good starting ground to go off of. And if I'm feeling really creative, I will scratch all this and just create my own content, but it allows my creative juices to actually flow. So it really is making it fun and less of a headache when I'm actually going into my content. So this is basically what I have and kind of how I get my Notion AI to kind of populate for me this content and moving a lot faster. If you want to know more about this, feel free to hit that follow button. Feel free to like this and I will create more content like this. And we can go a little bit deeper on how I do this with Willow.